Hi, friends. I'm with Derek. This is Rachel. We're here talking with famous people. How are you doing this evening, Rachel?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Hmm.
Today, we're going to talk about getting to know your personality. What is your personality?
That's a good question. What is your personality? Is that your personality?
My personality is smiling.
Oh! Wow.
I love smiling.
That's a good personality.
I love to smile.
Oh!
If you are an EISFP, eats McDonald. More likely an ESTP. ESTPs do that shit.
Yeah.
Good evening, Zaylin Black.
Good evening.
Zaylin, do you know your personality? It's that thing between your legs. Oh, wait, no, that's not your... Never mind, that's wrong. That's your pubis. We're not talking about your pubis. We're talking about your personality. Rachel, you have a long, steady personality. What would you say makes a person have a personality? What is personality?
That's a very good question. I guess when a person has a personality, it's characteristics that come from themselves.
Well, the official definition of personality is those aspects of a self that do not change over the course of a person's life.
Ah.
Yeah. That's just part of, this is all part of getting to know
I didn't know that.
your personality. Winston's mom,
See?
do you know what personality you are? Do you know what personality?
I do.
A plus. You're an A plus personality, okay?
Aww.
That's right. UP Gardening Adventure.
Hey, what's going on?
It's not UPG Gardening Adventure.
Mm.
It's and the UP doesn't stand for Universal Postage. It stands for Upper Peninsula.
Upper Peninsula. Good memory.
Mm-hmm. You know what they say? You can't spell peninsula without penis. Except you can. But that's not the point. You're not sure you agree with that definition? Well, the point is, it's not a definition of what personality is, per se. It constrains personality to those aspects that remain the same across a person's life. So you might describe your current affect or your current orientation of self or manifestation of self or something as more or less sanguine than usual. So that, but then that wouldn't really be part of your personality. That would be part of your affect that's presumably deviating from your personality.
Mm.
What do you gain from doing all that, telling stuff to him?
Isn't this where ontology comes in?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. If you're going to define a self as having any stable aspects, then you have to distinguish those stable aspects from non-stable aspects and make a determination as to what things are inherent to the self or ontologically implicit, you might say, and what things are responsive to circumstances.
True.
So it's like the same personality is going to act very differently whether they're winning a big prize or getting stabbed in the leg with a knife. You know, it's like obviously you can't say, well, see, that's not a personality because it changes. No, the same personality underlies has differing reactions depending on circumstances. The aspects of the self that consistently respond the same way to similar circumstances, those might be called personality, and those would be manifest in cognitive functions. You know what, Ethan? I gotta tell you, I don't think Spacey's really in the mood for it right now, to be perfectly honest.
Wait,
Without going into
Spacey
any
was
detail.
mentioned?
Yeah, I didn't bring him up. Ethan tried to play
Really?
fool Spacey about what type Ethan is.
Oh.
Like pay him and then fool him.
You can't though. Not Spacey.
But no, I think he probably did fool him. He said he meant Spacey was an ISFP. He might be an ISFP, but he might actually be an ESFP. ESFPs do that shit, you know? So I'm just saying, if you are doing that shit, probably Spacey's not really thrilled to have that happening right now.
No, not right now.
But I'm not going to go into any detail or anything. You know, just take it easy on him, maybe.
Wait, what did he type you, Ethan McDonald?
Typed him ISFP, apparently.
Oh, ISFP?
Yeah.
I would never say that for you.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. The point is, he, as usual, I'm sure, has a lot of shit on his plate. Doesn't need people fucking with him.
Yeah, if you were doing it to fuck with him, then that's not really the best way to get typed.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the genius
Thanks,
of the
Tyrone.
INFJ, okay? I want to play this song written by my INFJ friend.
Yeah.
As it currently sits, it's not done, but I mean, it's pretty close, but it's I need to remaster it a bit. I need to remix it a bit, but it's pretty close. You can hear it in my burp.
Cheese.
Siddhartha Siddhartha,
Sit at the side.
what's impossible to watch Siddhartha try. Siddhartha sit down.
Sit on this tree.
In that moment he released a mystery she did not relate.
Siddhartha's mind.
What will come to Siddhartha, not when he tried. Now watch what he makes.
Siddhartha seen.
To accompany his greatest waking dream. Siddhartha was royal, not this life. Siddhartha the royal,
Had it right.
Siddhartha recoiled at the sight. Siddhartha Siddhartha, Siddhartha, where are you now? The fantasy is to have Siddhartha right in front of me. What would I say?
Hey, Lamar.
Siddhartha I.
It's impossible to watch Siddhartha try. Siddhartha, sit down. Siddhartha, please. Would you just come to your senses? Will you retrieve your functional gait?
Your fighting pride.
Irresponsible now that your hands are tied. Siddhartha was royal.
At this life.
Siddhartha the royal.
Had it right.
Siddhartha recoiled
At the sight.
Siddhartha Siddhartha. So if you want to listen to what it really sounds like, I put the link there. It's unlisted. It's not really done, but in the current state, you can listen to it on your own speakers instead of yeah, that's Rachel.
Thank you, Winston's mom.
Instead of through my mics here, which is going to sound a lot worse. Rachel, what's your relationship with ESFJs? I grew up with an ESFJ friend and it ruined my damn self-esteem totally as an INFJ.
Over time, yes, I agree with that completely.
Sister is ESFJ.
Yeah, and we're supervisor. We're actually their supervisor's type. So they'll never take our advice, even though they come to us with their advice, with their venting all the time. So it can be, it's like you're going unnoticed. It hurts.
Now, you're their supervisor type.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're not taking any of our advice. Like,
Well, they should
Right.
be willing to, but it's because they're anti-polar.
right. They don't.
Well,
they just want to vent. And then,
they probably feel like, you're not hearing them or something, you know.
I guess.
James,
It's always because they don't want to hear the truth. Always.
James, this is the thing. I agree with you, but here's the kicker. That's not my song. That's a cover of an INFJ song, my INFJ friend Corey.
Yes.
And it shows you the power of the INFJ. And in fact, there's some things I need to kind of fix on it a little bit, because I think it was better when I had a little bit more depth in those Rachel voices early on. So maybe I get another voice in there to blend it a little bit better. But the thing is, I'm pleased with my success as an artist, but I have to concede that just purely as an exercise of songwriting, and well, I mean, the other thing is I'm putting a lot of attention into trying to get it to be just right. More so than I do with my own stuff, because it's not my song, and I want to do it justice, you know.
Zaylan Black, it's I felt silenced a lot. Like, they actually really helped me learn and gain FE, and also they like to go out to events, so I was getting a lot of SE as well. So it was really great. It could be really great for like a long time, but then you hear the same complaints over and over again, and it's like,
It's a little defeating.
yeah, it's very defeating. And then, like, if they're always questioning like where my money is coming from, like, why is that your business?
Was your sister questioning that? Like, what does she think you're doing?
She doesn't question it. She doesn't ask.
What you just said. Where is your money coming from?
Yeah, she wonders where it comes from. They're always wondering where it comes from. They don't ever ask.
No, I haven't heard from him today.
Yeah, so I would say friends for long times, and then friends for not long times too.
Okay, I just sent him a message.
Wasn't he on the live stream this morning?
He might have been.
Yeah. Why are you worrying? Did he say something, Winston's mom? It is better at a distance, yes. It's also better when the
The ESFJs are very concerned about it.
they are.
There's no disputing that. And I have had a conflict with ESFJs before over exactly that.
Yeah?
I had conflict with Candace over that plenty of times, and I've had conflict with my ex-neighbor ESFJ over that as well. When, you know, something's perfectly reasonable, but it is not exactly normal, then you'll hear about it from ESFJ. They want everybody to conform.
So, I only went. Can I talk about an ex of mine? Just
Sure.
because it's kind of like funny.
Sure.
I want to act it out too. So, like, we're in Target shopping, and we never really like went shopping together. But like, I wanted to pick something up, so we're walking side by side, and he's like, "Ooh, that would be a nice dress on you." And it's this like 1950s like housewife like dress, and I was like, in my head, I was like, do you even know who I am? Oh. And I didn't even answer her. I was like, yeah, that's nice. Because I'm not going to argue over a dress. You can choose your battles.
And I rebels. Well, and I can rebel sometimes. For some examples of my arguments with ESFJs. Well, with Candace, it was often she wanted me to come take pictures, too many pictures. She wanted me to, greet people I didn't want to greet. She wanted to control my social engagements at various things we went to together, So it's like, no, I want to be my own operator here at the social engagement. I'm an extrovert too. I don't want you to, well, you got a really nasty ESFJ.
Yeah, that's not friendship. I'm sorry. That's not friendship. That's not a friend.
So, at the end of my marriage, her big complaint was that, I didn't, after being at this wedding all day long, I didn't stick around. I got fed up right at the very end, and that was enough to just be like, I can't believe you.
It happened with me at a wedding too at the ESFJ.
How can you not believe me? I've been here all fucking day and it's torture.
It was the same exact way. Same exact thing.
Thanks, Outer Self. How does one get to know their personality?
Hello.
Well, first, you have to reach deep inside your tenderest parts and finger around for moisture. You'll look for dewdrops, dampness, moisture, saline, salty moisture, or moistened salt. Any of those things is fine. Oh my goodness. Look who is here.
Yes, look who is here.
Come here.
The kitty pageant winner.
Come here, kitty pageant winner.
Yes, you are so regal.
And
you take such good care of yourself.
You're just a regal beast.
Oh, look at the FI and Daddy. Yes.
Oh, just a regal beast.
I love you too, BB. Yes. Daddy and Mommy love you.
So, I mean, the thing is, I also have good experiences with ESFJs. I worked with Abraham for a long time. They're great.
Yeah, they are.
They're great employees for an ENTP. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I can see that being really great.
Oh, yes. She is the softest PP in the world. She's so good and just and true.
Fine and special.
And her mountains are majestic.
And she has amber waves of green.
And her plains are so fruited.
Yes, the P&P.
Oh, Kitty Wonder. Wonderful kitty of all wonders. There are 8 wonders of the world, not including PP. Including PP, there are 9.
Yes. We're the 8th.
We're the 8th wonder? Yes.
Yeah.
What are the other 7? I don't know. Cheese.
I was thinking about cutting up some cheese.
Cheese, bees, and knees. You also have your leftover barbecue from yesterday. Kitty is an ISFP. I don't think you are, Ethan McDonald, but you might be. I'd have to type you myself to know for sure.
Mm-hmm. He did email you. It was just a while back for typing.
Who?
Ethan McDonald.
Oh, okay. I'll respond to that.
Yeah.
If you're not interested anymore, I understand. Oh, wonderful kitty!
Oh, so true. We love you. Yes, I love Head Push. Thank you for Head Push.
Head Push is a very.
Thank you.
A very affectionate move for PP.
See?
She sees the wind crying Mary.
She sees that she's the kid bad winner.
Yes, indeed. Yes, thank you for the head push. Thank you. I love you too. Oh, kitty pet. Yes, indeed.
Okay, time for some serious questions. Go ahead. I'm ready for some serious answers. Yeah, Winston's mom, are you like that with your ferrets?
That is a serious question, and I want a serious
I wanna
answer as
know.
well.
Are you FI crazy with your ferrets like we are with our kitty cat? I'm more of an ENTP. Oh, my wonderful man. I just can't stop FIing. Oh, my kitty wonder friend. So good and just.
Oh.
So fine and true. Yes, Daddy and Mommy love you. You are the most loved kitty in history.
Yes, you are.
You are
Yes,
just
you
worshipped, aren't you?
Yes.
What a good kitty friend. What an important kitty friend. Are you like that with your ferrets, Winston's mom? Is that how you act? I don't find her to be an especially affectionate cat with most people, but she comes in for her love times with us.
I appreciate it, especially from a cat. They're not all like that. I've actually met more standoffish cats than Pee-Pee.
I guess I'd rather have toes for nipples. That wouldn't impact my ability to walk.
Yeah, I agree. That's a tough question, though.
If I just had a little pinky toe for each nipple,
That's a tough question.
that'd be tolerable,
Can
I
I-
suppose.
I'm in the mood for a baby bong rip.
Okay, let's pull some bar rips. That's a good idea. I've got a girlfriend who has good ideas.
Thank you, babe.
Mm-hmm. You know that old song, "Reach, You Be My Woman Now."
I'll find one if you don't.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome, my darling. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it'd be tough to get with somebody. You have to let them know this ahead of time. You have to say, listen, before you even bother trying to get with me, I gotta warn you. I have to. My nipples are little toes. She's like, what? What do you mean? I mean, seriously, I got little pinky toes for nipples. I can even make them go like this. You know, I can wiggle them around. They got little toenails, the whole 9 yards.
Do you have to clip them?
I do. I have to clip my
You do have to clip your
nipple toenails. Yeah. So, if that's a deal breaker for you, I understand, but that's why they call me old toe nipple.
Oh, toe nipple.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my last name is Joe Nipple, and it's a very unfortunate name to have when you have toe nipples because naturally all the other children would call me Toe Nipple Joe Nipple.
Oh.
Yeah. But they wiggle and erect. Would you rather fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry? Burp every time I cry, for sure. I already fart every time I laugh. Not really.
Oh.
I just fart every time I see my kitty.
Oh, look at her.
So good.
She
So
is.
just. So fine. So special and magnificent and majestic.
That's what bipolar love looks like.
I love my kitty.
Yes, you do.
I love my Rachel too.
Oh, I love you too.
Thank
My
you.
handsome Erica bear.
She is very tolerant.
Winston's mom, you still didn't answer my question about whether you do that with your parents.
That's true.
Or was that his question? I don't know. Hard to say. Maybe it's everybody's question. Everybody.
I think everyone's question now it is.
Winston's mom, we want to know about how you interact with your ferrets.
Yeah.
Do you really bring the moisture?
Do you want cloud? Like, as in, like, Ethan McDonald's?
I like it like this way.
It's
like
it's more like a vagina.
You're humping just outside of the beak.
Yeah. That's like scissoring.
Yeah. Hi, Curious Kyra.
Hey, Curious Kyra.
Are you feeling curious? Kyra, a curious Kyra, curious Kyra, curious Kyra. A child, a stupid fucking child. Da, 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 da. That's what I used to sing when we were kids, you know?
No.
Well, maybe like 10, 12, 14, I don't know, somewhere in there.
I like that.
A child. No, I can't even remember what the real words are. Which is just so ingrained in me that it's a child, a stupid fucking child.
I think that's great. I've never heard that before. That's cool learning about like those guns that they use on the boats and like rocket guns.
Yeah, my dad was talking to me about. I went out to chat with him for a bit. He was talking to me about cannons on the boat. My dad's actually a Korean War veteran. He just was at the very end of it on a boat, so he never saw any real action. But during his time on the boat, he had like wartime watch, you know. So he was just telling me about how when they were off the coast of Korea, they had dusk watch, they had meow watch, and he told me about it and how they'd only get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night.
Wow.
Anyway, but he also told me about the 40 millimeter guns, which I guess they came in a set of 4, like in a square, and they shoot off like pew, 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 like pistons, kind of.
Yeah.
Know? Pulp Fiction? What about Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, what about it? My sister and her ex had did the dance to Pulp Fiction for their wedding. It's a good dance.
So anyway, my dad was talking to me about those guns and how the MiGs were too fast for the radar arrays that they used to sight the guns. They no longer had manual sighting because they'd done away with that after World War II. And they had this radar sighting, but that the new MiGs that the North Koreans were using were too fast for them to track. They couldn't even track them with the radar.
Wow.
You know what I also think is interesting is that your mom and dad basically missed like the 1960s in America. He said that.
Say it again.
Your parents missed the 1960s in America completely.
You know, Rachel and he were talking about this being a period of upheaval and such, and it being whether or not it had been precedented before. Rachel pointed to the 60s, and he's like, well, I was in Europe for most of the 60s.
Yep. He has no clue but I know because my dad grew up. It was a time of much upheaval and change, and if you are interested in history, I do recommend watching Mad Men because you'll actually get to see the evolution of the 60s. It's really good.
So MiGs are a kind of Russian plane that the Soviets gave to the North Koreans, fighter planes that the North Koreans used in the Korean War. So anyway,
it was actually the beginning of civil rights, Lamar.
You know what else I thought was interesting was my dad was saying how at Pearl Harbor, what happened was the Japanese sent their first wave of attack planes, right? And then there was this one boat, U.S. Enterprise, that was out of Pearl Harbor when the Japanese came and attacked, but it wasn't that far away. So they said, send off your planes off of the Enterprise to come attack the Japanese planes, right? But the U.S. was new to the war, so they had no what my dad calls fire discipline. And so when the U.S. planes came back, everybody in Hawaii at that point who had a gun, handgun to anti-aircraft gun, was ready to shoot at any plane they saw in the sky. And so it was actually American-friendly fire that took down shit tons of planes from the U.S. Enterprise coming back to try to help. One of the pilots, in fact, landed in Pearl Harbor and refused to take off until somebody around here gets some goddamn fire discipline. On the ground,
That's so funny. Goddamn fire discipline.
On the ground, that it's fine to get shot by the Japanese. I'm a fighter pilot. I can handle that. That's what I go into war knowing might happen. But I'm not going to get shot down by all these super on edge soldiers who.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Triggered happy?
Well, it's like everybody was on edge. They just gotten a surprise attacked, right? So everyone's like, okay, we're not going to be surprised if they bring another wave. And all of a sudden these planes show up, but it's American planes.
Oh, shit.
In fact, after that, they changed the
my
design on
God.
the side of the plane to make it look less like the Japanese planes.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. It's live. It's not Memorex.
Would you rather eat a handful of wasps or a butt full of ants? I would rather butt full of ants.
I mean,
I know it sounds weird, but I don't like wasps. I really do not like getting stung.
handful of wasps is not nearly as many wasps as a buttful of ants as ants, though. I mean, if you have my butt full of ants, it could be like a bowl of ants this big. I can fit a lot of ants in my butt.
I don't want to put that many in there. It's like it's.
Well, I mean, it's not a matter of how many you put in there. It's a butt full is how many ants you get, or just one handful of wasps. See, I'm thinking I'd rather eat the handful of wasps, take the stings, get over it. If I chew them really fast, only some will sting me.
Clearly, I'm more afraid of wasps than I am of ants.
I'm more afraid of poop than I am of wasps. Really ridiculous. Oh, you care about people, so you're an FI user? Well, that's not a good reason to qualify you as an FI user.
You're not an FI user. I'm going to get snarky. I'm really not in a snarky mood, but you're not. I hate to tell ya. He's going through some stuff right now, so he's not really caring about your type, especially if you were messing with him.
Eric, it's acting right at TE or TI, I think. Acting right? I mean, TE, I guess. It's if you might say my dad acts more right than I do, right? In some sense, like at least more by the book.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I guess it's fantastic. Spacey was busted by the cops supposedly. For what, Ethan?
See, this is FI. This cat, what she's doing right now. Yep, FI. She's like,
We love you.
I do love you.
We love you so much.
She's very self-assured. I'm sorry to hear that you were uncomfortable.
A random guy came into my house, gave me a piece of paper, and said, "You are a son of a squirt gun." He then proceeded to leave and said, "Have a nice day." Yeah, that's possibly a good way to put it, Aurelius. TE users act right. TI users are right.
I hope that's like not true, Kyra.
Did you get subpoenaed or something?
I've been.
I haven't. TE is not more objective.
But it wasn't. It was like BS. It wasn't actually anything. Oh, son of a gun! That's more like it. Like, oh my gosh, what? People are coming to people's doors now. What's going on? TE is very practical. TE is doing things step by step, trying to fix things do things in a proper, practical, efficient way.
Mm-hmm. They don't walk around holding their junk for no reason. I might do that sometimes. TE's always looking at everything.
Yeah, they have hawk eyes. They do.
Get your filthy TE eyes off of me, is what I like to say. Your TE eyes are undressing me in order of operations.
It's really cool. I like that. TE is lovely, but its confidence stems from want instead of rightness.
It stems from getting what you want.
Yeah.
Instead of being right. Right. It stems from getting what you want. That's where the confidence comes from. TE DOMs, or at least ESTJs, tend to get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
If they want it badly enough, you know. Probably ENTJs too.
Yeah. My mom could get thick, the guilt. That's what my mom uses, is guilt. But guess what? I don't want to do the Zoom chat, so I'm not doing it. And Kat didn't even mention it to me because she probably knows that I don't want to do it.
Rachel's mom wants her to participate in some like self-esteem shit or something, like some program like How to Be Happy or whatever. You know, obviously she's made more progress in that area in the 9 months that she's been with me than in the 10 years she lived with her mom.
Yep. Full truth. Hundo. Right there.
Thanks, darling.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
I
also have a kitty friend. Yes.
Constantly being astonished by these cats' beauty.
Yes, I am too. I'm your mom.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
And
How
I'm your
soft
daddy.
you are.
I know you're very soft and beautiful. We admire you. We admire and respect you because you're so noble and majestic. See, this is what FI does. FI just sits here and loves the cat.
Mm-hmm. Ooga booga.
Let me read your 4-step process here.
Okay, let's see this.
Step 1. TE wants something. Step 2. TE wants to get said thing. So 3. TEI talks about things that are true. Step 4. TE, no, but I want thing. That's FI. TE says, that's not the way it works, son. Yeah, well, that may be so, son, but that's not the way the real world works. Bucket of butter, of course.
Yeah, butter.
Easy squeezy. I wouldn't mind eating a bucket of butter.
I know, right?
Sounds pretty
That's
good.
the sick big thing.
Give me enough pancakes, I'll eat a bucket of butter, no problem.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get next at Coco's.
Mayonnaise, though, is absolutely horrible. A whole bucket of mayonnaise, that sounds like just torture.
Not fun.
You know, if you want to make it even worse, you could add coconut to the mayonnaise.
Ew.
Flecks of like
Ew.
shaved coconut.
Oh, gross. It's like every time your dad, when he talks about the Coney Island Nathan's hot dog thing, like, I know about it. I don't want to see it anymore. It's disgusting. It makes me want to vomit.
Okay, time to go meta. You go meta.
Ooh,
Go
meta.
yourself. We're waiting for it.
Hey, can we do some meta stuff? Can we play with my cards?
Mm-hmm. Eric, what's your experience or relationship with ISFPs that you met? Well, my cat's an ISFP, but besides that, I have short-term dated a couple of ISFPs, like, you know, kind of a hookup more thing than a relationship thing. And I've lived with an ISFP that I didn't have any sort of relationship with. That is to say, Taylor's girlfriend, Katie. I lived with her and Kimberly for quite some time, a month or two.
Bye,
couple months.
Black.
Bye, Zaylin. Don't forget to eat plenty of bees. This is your card, Zaylin.
Taking off.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Zaylin. Goodbye.
Taking your things with you and going where you're going. Enjoy. Aww.
Mhm.
It looks like us.
Let's see what other ISFPs do I know. Well, I know ISFPs around here. Elephant in the room. The advertisement that played when clicking in. First time I've seen an ad. Huh. It must be because James, you get the top card. Stalemate, defeat, obstinance.
I mean, saying that you want to the top card is a little stubborn.
Yeah, it's stubborn. You're being stubborn, James. That's what this card is telling you. Being stubborn. Which type feels greater pain when being wrong? INTPs. INTPs don't really care about it. Oh, here's the strongest man in the world. It's Cloud.
Strongest man in the world gets a card.
Cloud, this is for you. You get 2 cards for the strongest man in the world.
Ooh, strongest man in the world gets the strongest.
You get the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune.
Uh-oh. Does that mean that you're
the Emperor. It's all up to you now.
yeah,
It's all random.
your manliness is up to you now. How
Mhm.
manly you want to be.
I like the nickname Muffin for Cloud.
Thanks, Utter South.
You are the Emperor of Fortune, Cloud. The Emperor of Fortune. This one is for Utter Self. Ooh, Utter Self also gets 2 cards.
Ooh.
Utter Self gets the 4 of Cups and the Meow Meow.
Ooh. Thinking about giving.
What's this one?
Benefit, reward, gain, charity, profit.
And what's the number of what?
6 of pence.
6 of Pence.
6 pence and 4 cups. So you might be thinking about giving some money to charity.
Remember, 6
or
pence.
cleaning out your closet and donating stuff like that.
Remember, 6 pence and 4 cups means you have 10 things total.
Ooh, so maybe give away 10 things or whatever.
Just give away a couple of them. Give away too many things. Countess, here you go.
Sounds like my mom.
You get the Empress. The Empress card.
Who is this?
Countess.
Ooh, Countess! You
That
got the
means
Empress.
You're supposed to marry
Some-
Cloud. And Cloud got the Emperor.
Ooh, yup, they're a pair.
Cloud and Countess kissing in a tree. Kissing.
First
All right,
comes
Kyra.
love,
I didn't know we
then
could fit that
comes
part.
marriage. What?
I want to see. Would you rather have to eat your way out of a 20-foot hole of noodles, or rather than stuck inside a cherry lollipop that will only be thawed 5 hours later? Well, the latter would kill you, I suspect, unless you had enough air in there. If it was just cold, then I guess. I mean, it would take. I don't know if I could possibly do either of those things. Like,
No.
both those things would kill me. Let's see. I just hate how unreasonable and imperious ENTJs get. Like, for once in your life, realize other people have competencies. Good
Yeah.
point. I think ENTP looks pretty metrosexual. I've never really had anybody accuse me of being metrosexual before.
ENFPs maybe.
Even they, I think you're more likely to get metrosexual. Like,
ISFPs can be very metrosexual, like Prince.
yeah. ESFPs can be very gender bendy, such as Pierre XO
Yeah. And Cloud.
and Cloud. Pierre XO is an ESFP who thinks he's an ENTP. Naturally.
Can we have a card for Pee-Pee?
Oh, there it is. Card for
There.
Pee-Pee. Oh,
Oh, Maui!
family.
Oh,
She's having happy, blissful family time.
She is, though. Look at that blissful face.
Only in the greater Los Angeles area,
Nose.
Kyra. Not. Do you see something out there that you're looking at? Who is out there? Is trouble out there? Uh-oh.
He wants dinner.
All right, I'll give him something. Let's see. Ethan McDonald. Let's see what your card is. No, here's ESFP. Listen, Ethan, it's time for you to moderate. You got the moderation card. Temperance, it's called. Okay.
Gotta put some water in your cups and try to pour it so there's no foam.
Let's find out what Jason Blood's got going on in Tarot Town.
Ooh, Jason
What
Blood.
does the tarot have to say?
What will the tarot have to say?
Jason Blood, will you find your way?
Will he find his way?
The tarot will speak and tell you things.
It can tell you many things.
Tarot will speak and tell you things.
Many, many, many things.
Let's find out which things. This thing. King of Pentacles. Nice.
Oh, you working a lot?
Are you working a lot, Jason? Making a lot of money right now? You rolling? Feeling like you live in large? Like you big pimping?
Yes, you can.
How many mental push-ups can I do? Only 4. Curious Kyra. Did I pull a card for you yet?
We need more coffee filters.
Could you please guide me to death metal guys music, please? I'll guide you to some music right now. You're a spirit child, Torvis Shepherd. You are Captain Spirit Child.
Yeah.
All right, now, Kyra. Kyra. I call this card for Kyra. Because Kyra's always Kyra. And this is Kyra's card. Oh, this was meant for you because I pulled it again. The Spirit Child one.
See?
That was meant for Kyra.
It was meant?
When I misassigned it to whatever his name, I ended up just pulling it again. So that's the magic of the tarot, Kyra.
That is the magic.
That's the magic of the tarot. All over line hand. We're playing music. We're talking about INFJ Genius, namely my friend's Genius song. And we're pulling. Siddhartha Siddhartha.
Sit on the side.
All over line hand. Why Siddhartha tries Siddhartha sit down? All over line hand.
Sit on this tree.
You're resting.
In that moment he released some mysteries he did not relate.
Siddhartha's mind.
What will come to Siddhartha, not when he tries. Now watch what he makes.
Siddhartha sees.
To a company, yeah, can be. Siddhartha was royal. Not this life. Siddhartha the royal.
James, this is your
At
bottom
the right.
part.
Siddhartha recoiled.
At the sight.
Siddhartha Siddhartha.
Siddhartha, where are you now? The fantasy is to have Siddhartha right in front of me. What would I say?
Siddhartha I.
It's impossible to watch Siddhartha try. Siddhartha, sit down. Siddhartha, please. Would you just come to your senses? Will you retrieve your functional gait?
Your fighting pride.
Irresponsible now that your hands are tied. Siddhartha was royal.
At this life.
Siddhartha the royal.
At it right.
Siddhartha recoiled.
At the sight.
Siddhartha, sit down.
You want to give some of this to trouble?
Ah, yes, please. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, trouble.
And here's now.
Hmm?
Just talking.
There you go, buddy. I know you're right.
Oh, the Blimpy.
There.
Kitty smells like daddy.
How do autism and type interact? Autism and type interact in the following way. Autism is a real disorder that includes mental retardation,
Can you put one for me and then one for you?
what used to be called mental retardation. Asperger's is not a real thing. It's simply a description of mostly INTJs.
Or ICJ.
Or ISTJ. INTJs are more likely to be diagnosed as such.
I know, I know, like, I feel like my cousin took the test and he said he got ISTJ and he has Asperger's.
Right. Do you guys harmonize your vocals during lovemaking sessions? Not usually, but maybe we'll begin doing that.
Yeah, maybe we will.
Would you rather make out with your parents or never listen to music again? Make out with my parents.
Yeah, me too.
Greta is not even hardly partially correct.
Where's Greta?
Greta, that girl who's all environmental stuff.
Oh.
The ESP YouTuber Vaush is diagnosed with Asperger's. Well, I mean, it's going to show you how pointless of a diagnosis has become. TI people don't bash an entire group of people using stereotypes.
Good.
Am I bashing people? So, okay, card for Rachel. Get that one.
Ooh. Craftsman.
And that one.
Ooh. Craftsman, gratification, prosperity, play, celebrate. I feel that way.
Okay, so what is about the environment? So let's look at global warming or climate change to talk about that for a second. The correct answer is we should have no limits on carbon except those that are useful for pollution reduction, not for actual carbon reduction. That the solution is not going to be in reducing the amount of carbon we produce, but in doing a better and more efficient job of dealing with the carbon that we produce. So that's the bottom line. This is not like a situation like for chlorofluorocarbons, where we stopped using chlorofluorocarbons. We successfully repaired the ozone layer.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't repair it, but we successfully prevented the ongoing destroying of the ozone layer, and it repaired itself. So this is not like that kind of circumstance. Carbon is something that's produced by everything all the time, period. So what we need to do, if in fact too much carbon is going into the atmosphere, then we need to take some carbon out of the atmosphere or wait for a black swan event, which renders the matter moot, or something else. But we should not try to limit the amount of carbon produced, especially not unilaterally as the United States, because that will simply produce more. It means that India and China will fill the market gap, and India and China are going to produce whatever they produce more dirt in a more dirty fashion than the U.S. will. So if we want to protect the environment, the U.S. should not unilaterally limit carbon emissions or tax carbon emissions and makes ourselves otherwise less competitive in the global marketplace. TE doesn't see inconsistencies. It always says, yeah, but the particulars might vary. Now, granted, it mostly says that, maximally says that with STJs. But, okay, now a card for me. Which is the card for Eric? Tell me which is the card. Which is the card for Eric? It's this one, I could tell.
Same as. Aww.
We got the same card.
Got the same card.
Because we're working together as a team.
Yeah, we are.
We're Team W. FP.
FP.
No, TE does not equal here are the reasons. I mean, it may provide reasons, but they're not reasoned reasons. They're justifications of based on reality. That's true, Cloud.
And E plus
Cloud
TE.
has correctly made fun of me. in this
Boom!
instance.
Yeah. That is correct.
That is true. You have got me.
That's funny. I've heard Indiana Jones has been typed as an ISTP. I don't know if that's true, but quite by and large, when I research ISTPs, he comes up quite often. Actually, many characters that Harrison Ford plays come up as ISTP.
No, FI is also not just Ooga Booga Me Want. It's I'm constantly being astonished by your beauty again. It's also that. Don't forget about that side of FI.
It is that.
I'm constantly being astonished by Rachel's beauty again.
Aww,
Look at that, just off camera.
Thank you.
I love you, Rachel.
I love you, Eric.
You can't see what I'm squeezing. It's her face.
You see, there's my face.
See?
Can you read me? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Let's play Lionel Richie. I'll be Lionel. No, I'll be Lionel Richie. You be the blind girl, okay? So you're gonna touch my face.
Okay.
Hello, it's that thing I'm looking for, and I see it in your eyes because you're poking on my face, and I'm and you're gonna sculpt my head. Is that song? Is that how it goes?
Yeah. It is. We do all different sort of things on TWFA.
You'd marry an ESTJ? Oh, yeah. It's better to marry the right person and have an ESTJ dad. Right on the nose.
He's the one telling it. Like it is.
Potato is FE. Well, you know what my dad said? He mentioned potatoes earlier. He's like, at over 5,000 feet, it was like we were shooting potatoes at them. The MiGs.
The MiGs.
That I guess they couldn't shoot that high. Over a mile up. It was like we were shooting potatoes at them.
Yeah.
So in other
It
words,
is.
even if
I
you
can
hit them,
totally visualize that.
even if you hit them at over a mile up with your bullet, it wouldn't hurt them. Is the point?
Ah.
Getting to know your toes. I've got 2 little toes for nipples. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Do you have any? Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, but can't just, I mean, look. Everybody's dumb about something. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody's dumb about something and everybody's smart about something.
Yeah.
I'm dumb about certain things. If we're talking about those certain subjects, then you'd be like, well, Eric's dumb. I don't want to be around him. Well, I'm not dumb. I'm just not smart about that given subject, maybe.
That's right.
You know what must have happened with that? Homie said they saw click an ad. They actually had to watch an ad before watching this live stream. That never happens, but there was that thing that happened the other day where the YouTube told me you're doing a bad job of evaluating your own videos. That there are these 6 videos that are limited ads, but you said they're good. But I never challenged their rating difference with me. You know, I just said, well, whatever. And so I said, okay, fine, then request review on all of them. And I did, and they got all approved. So it's like I was right on all 6, and the algorithm was wrong on all 6. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I think so.
They decided that, okay, maybe he's not such a bad person or something. Maybe somebody in YouTube said, okay, this guy's fine. Why do we keep on bugging him? You know?
I think so. Because you remain consistent in what you say and what you do. And, yeah. You try to be true and just and fair and fine and special.
I'm going to exercise now. You go exercise. You go exercise your right to exercise.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sort of ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Make it a short live stream tonight. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. I'm tired. I didn't take a nap today unusually. Atypically, I took no naps. I'll probably sleep better tonight. Goodbye. 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 We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We love you. Take care.